Hi, I'm Katrina Julia, and welcome to 7 Steps to Build a Personal Brand and Online Presence in 2022. Welcome to my channel, the #1 place to create and scale a life and business In today's video, in 7 steps to build a personal brand and online presence in 2022, you are going to learn about visuals, vision, colors, media kit, blog, social media, and offers. So let's get ready, grab your journals, grab your pens, grab your notebooks, because this is going to be a session that is jam-packed with things that you can do to #create it right away. If you're tuning in with me for the first time, I'm Katrina Julia. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur and transformation coach, and I left corporate America in 2011. So I not joke, that I had a pandemic before the pandemic and really started to tune into my passion and purpose. So through building a lifestyle brand, I've now worked with over 15,000 entrepreneurs and brands, sharing and helping create and scale a life and a business you love, not only through my own transformation story of transforming every area of life and continuing to, but also working with brands like Airbnb, WeWork, Simple Truth, Kroger, and more, and helping you implement tips, tools, and tech to create and scale what you love. Along the way, I've lost over 55 pounds over 7 years ago and kept it off, created this lifestyle brand, and most recently, 2020 through 2022, traveled the world through 3 continents and 10 different countries. Just to give you some background and behind the scenes of maybe why I can share some insights and wisdom in this area. So let's talk about vision in creating your personal brand and online presence. So in vision, you want to think about 3 different things. You want to think about who you are today and what you bring to the table. Maybe you have a corporate background, maybe you worked in branding, maybe you worked in finance or strategy like I did. Maybe you're passionate about learning some of these new areas. Then you want to think about who you want to become. And some of that is going to be really, really evident now, but some of it's going to unfold as you go. So for example, I knew when I started creating a lifestyle brand that I had this background in strategy and finance that I didn't believe was to be wasted. But at the same time, I couldn't have foresaw that I was going to lose over 55 pounds and model as far as in different fitness shows and fitness competitions. But I integrated that into the wellness components. And then I couldn't have foreseen that I was going to work with and be passionate about creating a community and work with over 15,000 entrepreneurs and influencers. So some of that you're going to know readily, and some of it's going to develop over time. And then the last component of vision is you want to think about, where do you want to take this? And again, that's going to change with time, but at least have some sort of idea. So back in 2013, I started reading this incredible book, The Secret of Success is Not an Accident by Tommy Newberry, and doing the activities and avidly journaling. And one of the things was thinking about, the 100 list of things you want to do before you die. And in that, the vision for the lifestyle brand was born. And in that, a big component of it was time and location freedom. So when you think about the things that are important to you and when you create, but then you also want to think about impact. So with time, I also discovered that I wanted to impact over 1 million entrepreneurs. And through that, you guys, a lot of what started to come up was the creation of a blog, was the creation of a podcast, was the decision to increase focus and content creation, say on Instagram, was deciding like this to start really honing in on it and focusing on my YouTube channel. Like I did some of it when I was traveling the world the last year and a half, but recently Vanessa Lau really started to inspire me when I saw what she created in a year and a half. And I thought, oh my God, I have so much insight and knowledge and all these different things. Okay, God, like, let's do this. Let's co-create in this vein, okay? So what are those things for you in the vision area of creating a life and business you love and creating a personal brand in your online? Let's talk about colors. So as you can literally obviously see, I'm wearing a bright pink dress. I'm wearing super colorful earrings from Guatemala. In the background on my desk, you can see all these pink, blue, and green stickies that exemplify and outline my vision and my goals. So it's front and center every single day. So back in about 2014, you guys, let's take it back to 2011. I used to absolutely love the color black. And yes, black is the color that combines all the colors. But then I started realizing that, you know what, black actually isn't my favorite color. And I started realizing where maybe the colors I was choosing to wear, the colors I was choosing to surround myself with, and then that really came up for me when I started thinking about my personal brand. And so when I started digging into the meanings of colors, like for example, yellow means joy and happy, which makes sense that McDonald's ties that in, right? And so when I started thinking about my mission and vision for my colors, I started realizing, wait a minute, pink means passion. Blue aligns to purpose. Green aligns to abundance and wealth. And wait a minute, those are the colors I love. And I love having a white background or backdrop, which you can see all through my website. You can see it in the things that I wear, the things that I surround myself with, my apartment, all the things. Even my suitcase, like everything aligns to the colors that I love. So when you think about your colors, what are the colors you gravitate to, and how could you integrate that into your personal presence and your personal brand and your online presence? And even as another example, take a look at my Instagram. So because that's going to give you also ideas on how to authentically integrate and align those things and introduce your audience into those colors. Talk about visuals for your personal brand and your online presence. So visuals, you guys, have to do with everything. So I just gave you some examples like with clothing, with colors that you're surrounded with Instagram, but let's dial it back. For example, in my lifestyle brand webinar and in my lifestyle brand course, I talk a lot about this. And this, depending on where you are, can start in a number of areas. It can start on your website. It can start on your media kit. It can start and or expand into your Instagram, into your Twitter, into your YouTube. And what I mean by that, you guys, is every visual you use to represent yourself. So Canva is an incredible tool to use for example, for your YouTube banner, for your Facebook banner, for your profile pics, right? For your media kits. Like there's so many things you can do in Canva that helps you with branding. And you can even create a brand kit with your colors so it becomes really, really easy, whether you're doing, a presentation, whether you're doing a post, whatever the case may be there. Okay, so comment down below on what your next step is going to be potentially for your visuals. Speaking of visuals, and I just mentioned this, media kit. You want to get super clear on media kits. A great resource you can tune into on media kits is so many different people, you guys. So one, you can head on over to fitlifecreation.com/creator and download my media kit as an example. It was created on Canva. That's something I walk through with my students in the community to create. I got ideas on media kits from Katrina, from Jenna Kutcher, from so many different creators. But the thing is, you guys, anytime you create visuals and or your media kit, you want to be true to yourself. And what really, really, really aligns and speaks to you and showcases you from a visual branding standpoint. Because keep in mind that representation online likely is the first time someone's coming across you. So you likely want them to have some sort of feeling. So when you look at my media kit or you look at my website, my bio page, you're gonna see very quickly, oh, this is someone who focuses on transformation. This is someone who is very passionate. This is someone who's focused on wellness. on marketing and business, on wealth and travel. So what kind of feelings do you want people to think of when they get connected to you? And for me, some words that center around that is create, transform, inspire, limitlessness. So what is that for you? So let's talk about your website / your blog. Again, another example you can look at is fitlifecreation.com /plug, shameless plug. It's on, you guys, like version 10.0. I'm not even kidding. The thing that you want to think about is right away, when you think about your website and your blog, you want to think about two things. You want to think about visually how it's represented. So for me, I looked at a number of different templates on Wix, a number of different creators. I was a keynote speaker for Fitness MBA years ago, and I was looking at so many examples that Natalie Min had, from her portfolio. And right away I knew, like, okay, I want white background with the sharp contrast of pink, blue, and green. But for you, that might be a minimalist approach, or that might be something like white and beige. That might be showcasing fashion, like whatever that is for you is perfect. And then if you're translating that to your blog and or your newsletter, you want to think about, like, it doesn't have to be exactly the same design, but you want it to blend. You want it to intertwine. So like if you sign up for my newsletter, Createit Creations, you're going to see right away how it connects and fits into the theme, into the color and the visuals of the website with the white, the pink, the blue, and the green, okay? So what is that for you? So the sixth way you want to think about with the 7 steps for your personal brand and online presence, and again, you guys take these in whatever order is perfect for you. These are just the order that I outlined them in. These are the order that they came to in my brain. So whatever it is for you, obviously you can take a look, revisit, re-listen, etc. So earlier, I already talked about some things with social media. So the thing is with social media is I really want to hone you in on 2 things. One, decide what your driving platform is. So for example, I invest the most time right now on creating on Instagram. But that's changing because now I'm filming longer form videos for YouTube that I'm going to clip for Instagram, but I'm still going to create incredible reels to supplement that, but some of them are going to be more behind the scenes. So immediately, the second thing is some of you may be thinking, okay, that takes time. How do I take and make the time, Katrina? Great question. I am huge on time, location, expression freedom, so that's always at the forefront of my mind. So the thing is you want to think about with freeing up your time is twofold. You want to think of automation, and some of the ways I do that, you guys, is with tools like ifttt.com and or tools like Later Media, and then automation, which leads to delegation. I always put automation first, and sometimes it's me automating it, but then sometimes it's me outlining the steps and handing it over to our virtual assistant. And then I'm thinking of strategically, what are the next steps to grow the community and create the community as things expand with the business, as there are more resources, okay? So that frees up the time. Like for example, with some of my social media posts, I get the video ready, then my VA will upload on YouTube, share to Pinterest, share to Twitter, share to other platforms, okay? A tool will do that across Later Media, across LinkedIn, across Twitter, which my VA also loads a month in advance. She also will load posts to Facebook groups a month in advance. So that's how you start to create more space. And so what Brendan Bouchard calls, I've been a student of his for years, circular veracity, okay? So comment down below on maybe what's the next step you're gonna take in your personal brand and or online presence with social media. So last but definitely not least, you guys, is offers. We all get to make money, and there's all these different ways to make money, right? So if you're creating a personal brand, or I'm assuming you've listened this far, you are creating a personal brand and an online presence, and or you desire to, right? then you want to think about offers. So there are so many different ways and so many different things you can offer. You can offer one-to-one consulting. So if I was going backward in my journey, you guys, being completely open and transparent, back in 2011, I would have focused first, before I even left corporate, on making sure I had a really solid base of one-to-one clients in different areas, right? But we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes things happen exactly as they're intended to happen. And then we have stories, testimonies, lessons learned. And then when we know better, we do better, right? So this is me sharing 2022, keep in mind. So one-to-one clients, whether that's consulting, ongoing brand engagements, negotiating, like maybe you're an influencer and you get an offer from a brand for a one-time post, but then you negotiate multi-month and multi-year deals. Side note, if that's you, you definitely want to check out my influencer management series on YouTube and my influencer management programs to help you get there, to advocate for you, to help you in those arenas, okay? So that can be offers like an online course. That can be offers like a wellness program, because some of you that have listened to me for a while now know I love Herbalife nutrition, and that's included in everything that I do, from the summit to sharing Herbalife to online courses to including it in bundles when you get in programs, to if you attend a retreat with me, then you get a bundle, a transformation toolkit online and live. So that can be any of those things, you guys, and give yourself the freedom to expand that over time. Just because you're doing one thing today doesn't mean you can't change tomorrow. So stay tuned, because in one of my upcoming videos, I am going to be sharing on 7 steps. So tune in. Hashtag typo / word, whatever. Tune in to my upcoming videos on 7 steps to build a limitless lifestyle brand. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit subscribe, tune into more incredible content, drop a comment below on any questions, on anything else you would love to hear from me. And I'm also dropping some helpful resources in the description and in the comments below. So definitely check those out. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to.